Welcome back, Cardinals. We have CTN Sports Night today, but first we have some announcements. My name is Kieran.
And my name is TK. Tomorrow on the 10th, we'll have a gathering with students and educational professors to explore ways to be a professional teacher.
Learn practical pathways to becoming a teacher and participate in engaging activities.
This event is for students who has interest in a career as a teacher.
If you're curious, visit the Career Center to know more about it.
Today's lunch is Walking Tacos. Creative Writing Club will be meeting on Friday after school in Mrs. Slang room in 312. All are welcome.
Now we have Sports Night.
Nice move to get behind the defense and put the puck in the net. Great ball rotation and Taz for the long three. Red is in the house, ready to kick off a new show. Sports Night is next.
With the boys hockey team, they've played 4 games since their holiday break, and it started with a trip to Roseville for a Saturday matinee. The Raiders are currently ranked 15th. They have a potent offense, but also give up a fair amount of goals. So it would be a test for the defense to try and keep them in the game. SLPCR starts the scoring thanks to a very fortunate bounce. Just as their power play is expiring, pressure at the net side of the net creates an own goal on the clear attempt. SLPCR will take it up 1-0 late in the first. Doesn't last too long, unfortunately. Less than a minute later, Raiders on the attack. Kellen O'Rourke with a great tip on the shot by Jacob Elm, and that put the wind in the Raiders' sails. They took the lead late in the first. They add to it just 17 seconds into the second period off a face-off loss. First shot stopped, second shot stopped, third shot, no chance for Lewick. Garrett Heights makes it 3-1. Still early in the second, SLPCR power play. They let Grant Jakubowski get behind him. Stretch pass sends him in on the breakaway. Short-handed goal made it 3-goal lead. They had 5 unanswered before SLPCR strikes again. Andrew Clark with an absolute laser top shelf, but the Raiders sail away with a 6-2 win.
That was a tough one for the guys. It was something that they really just couldn't get into that game. I mean, give Roseville credit. They're good. They're a good squad.
They are.
And they dominated.
They brought a lot of pressure in SLPCR. Looked a little slow coming out of their holiday break. But their schedule certainly wasn't slow after that. They faced off against Totino Grace, a very good squad always. That was on New Year's Eve, and it was a happy New Year for the Eagles. They skate away with a 5-1 win. Jackson Barsness had the lone goal for SLPCR. Luke made 31 saves in the loss.
Well, the first game of the new year is SLPCR's only home game during this month-long road trip. It was last Thursday when Waconia came to Fogarty. The Wildcats came in with an impressive 8-2 record. Their schedule is maybe a little softer than SLPCR's, but clearly they could not be overlooked.
The Titans, who are the tournament hosts, a 75-47 loss, dropped the Cardinals to 2-4 on the year. Jackson Young, a great night, 24 points, 11 boards, but not much support from the rest of the bench. Cody DeGogo, the next leading scorer with 8 points, had 4 boards. Got 6 points from Tegan Plum and 5 from Kieran Wymore, and just a couple points and 4 boards from Jeremy Oddie. They did play a little better in the second game of that tournament, but still came up just shy. Tegan Plum and Tate definitely stepped up his game from day 1 to day 2. 29 points, I think, is the season best for TPT, and 3 boards. Another double-double, though, for Jackson Young, 22 points and 10 rebounds. Jeremy Oddie had 7 points, 5 boards. Wymore 3 and 6, and Connor Young had 3 points and 2 assists.
Yeah, when I talked to Coach, well, the Cardinals were back at the Fieldhouse on Friday, hoping to bounce back on their home court. Just their 3rd home game of the season, and so far they were perfect on the Fieldhouse floor. Two Rivers would give them a test. The Warriors are a solid 3A squad that came in with a 6-4 record. Tight ball game in the first. After a slow start, the two offenses trading blows. Jeremy's Oddie 3-pointer from the corner gave Coon Rapids a brief lead. After the Warriors tied it, it's the Cardinals defense getting the lead back. Samson LeClaire with a steal. and up here in a breakaway bucket. There are 9 lead changes and 6 ties in the first half. Two Rivers had 6 3-pointers before the break, and that helped them get to the locker room with a lead of 33-31. Neither team led by more than 4 points in the first half. The Cardinals changed that in the second. Cody DeGogo finds Young underneath, the first of 9 straight points for Jackson. And they kept control in the middle of the second half. Jackson Young starts his one younger brother, Connor Taz Young, finishes it. They had a couple of threes. Cardinals pushed the lead to double digits. Jackson led all scorers with 29. Tegan Plum-Tate added a dozen and 4 assists, including this great look underneath to Adi. Cardinals able to secure the win 72-67 and stay undefeated at home so far this season, and all CTN games.
My heart happy as well. They did it again this year, beating Minneapolis Washburn by a 67-51 score. Look at the numbers for Aaliyah Graham. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, 14, 11, and 10.
The triple-double to lead the way and spark the Cardinals to the victory. Rochelle Cooper not far behind with 13 points, 7 boards. 4 players in double digits against the Millers. Carpenter had 11 points and 5 boards. McGrain had 10 points, 8 boards. And Horton not far off with 8 points and 9 rebounds. She almost had a double-double as well. Then on, what was the 4th? That was Saturday, right? They got back to action after a week off. And Princeton did not do them as many favors. Another great game, though, for Aaliyah Graham. 15 points, 16 rebounds, and 8 assists. Almost had another triple-double. And just monster points for her. Chloe Porish putting in a dozen and 5 rebounds. Casper had 11 points. Rochelle Cooper had 9. So getting more scoring deeper down the line is definitely a good sign, but consistent performance from their top players. Thursday. We are at the Fieldhouse on Tuesday for the girls basketball team, on wrestling, or on Friday for the wrestling team. We'll see the girls basketball team again next week against Osseo, but that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports Night. I want to thank you for joining us and continuing.
Next is Alumni Spotlight with Mr. Johnson. What was the biggest fish you ever caught?
Biggest fish I ever caught was like a 65-inch sturgeon, as long as this table. And I caught it on the Rainy River. It was about this big around. It looked like a shark. My fishing partner got it by the tail, almost pulled him in the water. And I got a picture of myself holding it, like literally like this. It's like a dinosaur. This fish is like 100 years old. Yeah.
What are your hobbies?
My hobbies, can't say fishing, obviously, because that's too obvious. I coach football at Anoka. I love to do that. So I got 4 kids, 3 boys, all of them play ball. My daughter does a number of other things, whether it's horseback riding, she's joined choir. So I love coaching. I love doing that. I mean, I really enjoy, honestly, just kind of goofing off with the kids, like playing outside, running around, playing basketball in the cul-de-sac. We get a lot of 3-on-3 games going with the neighborhood. We go to parks, do things like that. Like to be outside, like to be active. I'm not a video gamer. Yeah. I'm not. The last time I played a video game, guys, it was like Sega. You know what that is? Sega PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1, right? So like, I don't do all that, so just try to stay active.
Nice. And have you ever second thought your profession?
No. I mean, sometimes you have second thoughts on some of your choices, but definitely not my profession. So when I went to college, my career path gave me a fork in the road. It was either I go on and continue with football to play. I had offers with the Gophers, with Harvard, Penn State, and I decided to do fishing. So I knew at that moment in my life, like, this is what I should be doing. This is what I want to be doing. So in terms of the fishing world, no, I'm a firm believer, like, this is like where God told me I need to be. But yeah, we have second thoughts on choices we make all the time in the world of fishing and in our jobs. But generally speaking, no, this is it, man. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
You had an offer to Harvard for football.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Huh?
Pretty good football player.
I was a kicker, and a kick returner. So, yeah. So I was a soccer player. Soccer was my main sport. Got on board the football program as a kicker. Loved it, man. You know, when you kick a game-winning field goal, you know, like you can't. There's no emotion you can tie to it, right? It's different than anything else. So yeah, I could boot the ball really far and really accurate. So it was pretty fun.
Yeah. What were some of your biggest obstacles you had in your profession?
You know, biggest obstacles was probably, I would say, balancing work, family, life, all of that. So in the world of fishing, if you're going to be a fishing guide, which is a part of what I do, you don't always pick your hours. And a lot of times you need to be out there when the sun comes up, which means you need to get up hours before the sun comes up. And vice versa on the end of the day, you might be there till the sun goes down. So when we had a budding young family with babies and stuff, there was a lot of times I was not home, I was gone. And with my job at Clam, we were traveling. So the biggest obstacles there was probably work-family balance, work-life balance. Otherwise, you know, my obstacles are pretty minor in the world of things when you look at the fishing side. So definitely not the same obstacles other jobs can face on the stress level, because at the end of the day, like what I do in my world is I promote and I sell fun. So it's pretty darn good.
Have you had a deal within your professional career?
A deal?
Yeah, like I don't know what that means.
Like a sponsorship deal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I have a handful of partners outside of Clam Outdoors that I work with on a promotional level, whether it's a boat company, a motor company, rods and reels, tackle, things like that. So then it's ironic because my job at Clam is to manage these pros. Well, then I'm being managed for another company because I'm one of the pros. So it's kind of cool to see all aspects, which I think helps us learn our trade better. But yeah, there's fun deals all over the place.
Yeah. What advice can you give students in high school?
High school, be here is a big one. You know, I mean, if you're not here, you're not going to learn a whole lot. I would say try new things. Like a lot of people get stuck in a rut. They don't want to step outside their comfort zone. But what I can tell you, seeing it happen a number of times, is when you step outside your comfort zone, you oftentimes find something you're meant to do. I think when we stay in our comfort zone, we oftentimes find the easy path and we take the easy path. So I always encourage people, try something different, maybe something you thought you'd never do in your lifetime, and you might be surprised. I think that's important. I also think high school, we're supposed to socialize in high school. Let's call it what it is. Like that's the beauty of high school. Don't let that pass you up. You know, make friends, be outgoing the best you can, talk to people, make the most of it. And because it does go by quick. That sounds cliche, and everyone's like, oh yeah, of course she's gonna say that, but it's true. Like you will be going to college like what feels like next week. So make the most of it, have fun, make memories, and yeah, step outside your comfort zone.
If you were in high school right now, what would you do differently?
Oh, what would I do differently? Man, that's tough. I loved a lot of things I did in high school. I mean, I probably would have aligned some classes a little differently, to be honest. Like, I took a lot of shop classes, a lot of strength training, like a lot of stuff like that. I probably would have done a little more of this. Like some of this existed when I was at Coon Rapids here, but not to this level. I probably would have spent a little more time doing communications and production type stuff. I probably would have. I probably would have tried to not be stupid and get hurt playing sports like I did. You know, like try to be a little more cautious of that, because you know, get injury and you push through it and try to force it, and then you get hurt more. So I'd probably be a little more cautious, but that comes with experience. Otherwise, I don't know. I mean, I think I would have probably tried playing football earlier than my senior year, for sure, because that was a lot of fun. But no, yeah, that's probably about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Cool.
Thank you for coming.
Did you know today is National Balloon Day? National Balloon Day Associates Day on January 9th commemorates the first balloon flight in the United States in 1793.
The French aeronaut, Jean-Pierre Blanchard, took flight over the Walnut Street prison in Philadelphia above a large crowd. He ascended in a hydrogen gas balloon, which was a popular balloon at the time.
That day is the first of what?
They got dudes flying over walnuts.
We're flying in America, and thanks to that, very many others started writing and creating more in balloons flying. What?
That's our fun facts for the day. See you tomorrow. Cardinals with your daily news.